Disappointments, rejections, injustices, physical pains, and illnesses are inherent to the human condition. It doesn't matter who you are, how much money you make, or what material possessions you have. Inevitably, you will face devastating experiences and encounter difficult emotions throughout life. You will inevitably lose loved ones and also face the reality of death. How do you maintain mental resilience in the face of all this? Although these universal truths often inspire fear and are frequently ignored, denial doesn't make them disappear. Instead, it leaves us helpless and completely vulnerable when confronted with adversity. Stoicism offers an alternative approach. It suggests proactive anticipatory preparation for these challenging moments. By deliberately training your mind, you cultivate the inner strength necessary to endure even life's harshest difficulties. The collection of writings by Seneca, Letters from a Stoic, is particularly known for offering valuable insights and practical advice on how to cultivate mental strength and resilience. Lucius Annaeus Seneca was a prominent Roman philosopher, statesman, and playwright who lived from 4 BC to 65 AD. He is widely regarded as one of the key figures in the philosophy of Stoicism, which teaches individuals to develop mental resilience, enabling them to face life's challenges with calmness and composure. In this video, we present 6 ways to be mentally resilient based on the philosophy of Seneca. These insights can help you develop a mindset and the tools necessary to face life's difficulties with courage and strength. Before we delve into this incredible knowledge, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and enable notifications so you don't miss any updates. After all, this knowledge can change your life. 1. Focus on one task at a time. Seneca said, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere." His philosophy emphasizes the importance of living in the present moment and the value of full attention. Being everywhere refers to the state of continuously diverting the mind, preventing us from fully engaging and experiencing our current circumstances. This fragmented focus leads to a sense of detachment and inhibits genuine connection. In today's world, with the internet removing boundaries, we are often sucked into a culture of excessive busyness. It is common for people to force their minds to juggle multiple tasks simultaneously. While this can be perceived as a boost in efficiency and productivity, it often comes at the expense of inner happiness and mental well-being. Society tends to equate engagement in multiple projects with achievement and gratification, but we must not ignore the price it exacts on our mental exhaustion and potential burnout. Seneca instead suggests focusing on one task at a time to increase productivity and reduce interruptions. For example, when reading Seneca, he would advise us to dedicate all our attention to the text before us. By immersing ourselves in the words on the page and eliminating distractions, we can extract deeper meaning, gain a better understanding, and savor the greatest pleasure, which is the act of reading itself. This focused approach allows us to fully engage with the material, expand our knowledge, and enhance our intellectual capabilities. Similarly, in our daily lives, Seneca would encourage us to concentrate on the task at hand, whether it's work, studying, or a conversation. Engage with the material, broaden your knowledge, and enhance your intellectual abilities. By dedicating your full attention to each task, you can achieve greater quality, productivity, and fulfillment. This intentional focus enables us to avoid the pitfalls of multitasking and scattered attention, allowing for significant progress and excellence in our activities. Seneca placed great importance on time management, believing that time is a precious resource and that how we use it determines the quality of our existence. Focusing on one task at a time is essential for effective time management. Seneca recognized that attempting to juggle multiple tasks simultaneously leads to inefficiency and lack of productivity. Imagine you have 1 hour to tidy up your house before heading to an appointment. As you start your tasks, you stop to respond to some text messages, remember an important work email you urgently need to send, and have 2 phone calls to make, all while needing to feed your dog. The timer on your phone goes off, and your hour is up. You have 4 tasks started and none completed. You need to leave to avoid being late for your appointment. When we allow ourselves to be pulled in multiple directions, our ability to be fully present becomes compromised. Thus, Seneca encourages us to organize our minds and dedicate our attention to the task at hand. By doing so, you improve your mental health as you conserve energy, which in turn increases your productivity. As a result, you make better use of your time while strengthening your mind against distractions. By practicing this principle, you develop greater focus and a deeper connection with the present moment. 2. Control your impulses. In the words of Seneca, philosophy teaches us to act, not just to speak. It demands that each person lives in accordance with their own standards, that their life is not in discord with their words, and furthermore, that their inner life should have the same tone and not be in discord with all their activities. Seneca discouraged excessive indulgence in impulsive desires, considering them potential traps for moral weakness. He believed that submitting to uncontrolled impulses could lead to harmful behaviors, unethical actions, and the loss of self-control. Among all impulses, Seneca regarded anger as the most destructive and detrimental to our well-being. He believed that anger arises from our inability to control or accept certain situations or events. Seneca viewed anger as a temporary madness that affects our sanity, and acting based on anger can have a prolonged effect not only on people, but also on the environment around them. Destructive and irreversible actions driven by anger can sometimes lead to permanent damage. For example, imagine that you have been working tirelessly on a line of high-quality products, but your boss rejects all items for reasons you consider pure personal intrigue. This leaves you extremely angry, leading to an argument between the 2 of you. While you might think that your emotion of anger is entirely justified, the action taken can result in some unhappy consequences. Once you make a decision and act on it while being driven by anger, you cannot undo it afterward. Furthermore, we often carry anger or frustration from one area of our life to others, exacerbating this negative impact. Imagine coming home after such a difficult day at work, and your spouse argues with you for forgetting the wet towel on the bed. Without realizing it, you may vent your anger and frustration from a tough day on them. This is a common occurrence and can turn into an endless argument. We have the power to change our mindset and choose healthier approaches to managing intense emotions. Seneca, in his book Letters from a Stoic, emphasizes the transformative effects of learning philosophy. He highlights that philosophy invites us to embrace a simpler way of living in harmony with reason and nature. He provides practical methods for navigating life with a calm and serene state of mind. Seneca teaches that philosophy can help us cultivate self-control and develop introspection. By practicing self-control, we increase our ability to avoid irrational behaviors. Simultaneously, by engaging in introspection, we carefully examine the value of our impulses, allowing us to make conscious choices rather than being driven solely by the impulse of anger. An interesting anecdote involving Seneca and the Emperor Nero illustrates the correlation between philosophy and its beneficial effect on impulse regulation. According to the story, Nero once became furious with a servant who spilled food on him. In a fit of anger, Nero ordered the servant to be severely punished. Upon witnessing this outburst, Seneca intervened and seized the opportunity to impart a valuable lesson. He urged Nero to reflect on his actions and consider whether his response was in line with the teachings of philosophy. Seneca reminded Nero of the Stoic principle of self-control and advised him to temper his emotions and exercise moderation in wielding power. This incident clearly indicates Seneca's ability to use real-life situations to teach philosophical concepts and guide his student toward a more virtuous path. From this, we understand the profound importance of philosophy in freeing ourselves from the shackles of anger and unrestrained emotions. By embracing Stoicism, we gain the necessary tools to lead a more virtuous and fulfilled life. The challenge is to avoid the trap of reaction and lucidly opt for the clarity of action. If someone approaches us rudely and we respond with kindness, patience, and calmness, it's the action of our understanding towards the other. Perhaps it would be easier out of habit to behave reciprocally, returning the rudeness we received. However, the great challenge is to stop reacting and choose the action that will always yield better results, as it is the result of balance and reflection. The transformation of our behavior will happen gradually and will be the result of discipline and thinking. 3. Be prepared, quoting Seneca. Keep before your eyes exile, torture, war, shipwreck. All the terms of our human fate should be before our eyes. Seneca often discussed the concept that everything in life is borrowed, including our possessions, relationships, and even our physical bodies. Recognizing this truth allows us to reduce our attachment to external things and focus more on the present moment. For example, let's imagine a scenario where you own a beautiful house that holds great significance for you. By meditating on the fact that this house is borrowed and could potentially be lost or destroyed, you can detach from material possessions and find contentment in the present. Instead of constantly striving for more or worrying about the potential loss of what you have, this practice of negative visualization that Seneca emphasized helps cultivate mental strength and resilience. Negative visualization involves deliberately contemplating and imagining the worst-case scenarios or imagining the loss of something important to us. By engaging in this exercise, not only do we promote gratitude for our current possessions, but we also mentally and emotionally prepare ourselves for life's adversities. Consider, for example, your car. To engage in negative visualization, take a moment to imagine the possibility of your car being stolen. Picture yourself in a situation where you no longer have it. Embrace the feelings of discomfort or loss that arise from this thought. By doing so, you acknowledge the impermanence of possessions and prepare yourself mentally and emotionally for such an event. Consequently, should it ever occur, you will find yourself better equipped to cope with the loss, maintaining inner tranquility and resilience. Engaging in these mental exercises will prepare you to navigate potential losses and cultivate mental resilience. Stoic resilience has its origins in recognizing the cyclical nature of life, where joys and losses are constant companions. When we face a setback, such as losing a job or ending a relationship, our well-prepared minds quickly remind us that we had already visualized and accepted the possibility of such occurrences. This practice helps to diminish the element of surprise and anxiety, allowing us to respond with a calm and steady mind. Seneca also emphasized that contemplating death is a powerful exercise in cultivating resilience. By reflecting on mortality, we are reminded of the preciousness of each moment and encouraged to live with a greater sense of purpose and presence. Seneca believed that by contemplating our mortality, we would gain a deeper appreciation for life and be motivated to make the most of our limited time. He encouraged us to confront the fear of death head-on, recognizing that it is a natural and inevitable part of our existence. By accepting this reality, we can free ourselves from unnecessary anxiety and embrace a more resilient mindset. By understanding that death is a natural part of life and not something to be feared, we can develop a greater appreciation for our current existence. Seneca believed that regularly contemplating death helps us to stay grounded and focused on what truly matters. By preparing ourselves for adversity and contemplating the impermanence of all things, we can develop greater mental resilience. We are better equipped to handle challenges when they arise and less likely to be overwhelmed by unexpected setbacks. This mindset of acceptance and preparedness allows us to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and strength. As you go about your day, make a conscious effort to engage in negative visualization. Reflect on the impermanence of the things you hold dear, whether it's a cherished possession, a valued relationship, or even your own life. By incorporating this practice into your daily routine, you will develop a greater sense of resilience and appreciation for the present moment. 4. Practice voluntary discomfort. One of the most notable aspects of Seneca's approach is his willingness to practice voluntary discomfort. Seneca encouraged individuals to embrace voluntary discomfort and detachment from material possessions to build mental strength and resilience. In his writings, Seneca mentioned that it is not the man who has too little who is poor, but the one who hankers after more. He emphasized that our desires for more wealth, status, or possessions often lead to unnecessary suffering. By intentionally experiencing discomfort, we can break free from the constant pursuit of external pleasures and cultivate a sense of inner contentment. For example, Seneca suggested practicing periodic fasting or sleeping on a hard bed as ways to embrace discomfort and remind ourselves of the simplicity of our basic needs. By voluntarily exposing ourselves to discomfort, we can develop a greater appreciation for the comforts we often take for granted. He also encouraged the practice of periodically living as if we were poor, wearing simple clothes, and eating basic meals. By temporarily experiencing these conditions, we can cultivate resilience and detach ourselves from the fear of losing material wealth. An interesting anecdote from Seneca's life is that he practiced voluntary discomfort by living in simplicity for certain periods. Despite being one of the wealthiest men of his time, he would retreat to a modest dwelling, wear plain clothing, and eat simple meals. This practice not only helped him build resilience, but also reminded him of the importance of appreciating the basics and not becoming overly dependent on external luxuries. In modern times, we can apply this principle by periodically challenging ourselves to step out of our comfort zones. For instance, try taking cold showers instead of warm ones for a week. Although this may seem uncomfortable, it helps us appreciate the luxury of warm water and builds mental resilience. Another example is practicing digital detox by intentionally disconnecting from screens and social media for a day or a weekend. By doing so, we can gain a greater appreciation for the present moment, reduce dependency on external distractions, and develop mental clarity. These practices of voluntary discomfort help us break free from the constant need for comfort and cultivate a mindset of gratitude and resilience. By intentionally embracing discomfort, we train ourselves to become more adaptable and mentally resilient. This practice also helps us realize that our happiness and well-being are not solely dependent on external circumstances or possessions. It reminds us of the importance of finding contentment within ourselves and appreciating the simple joys of life. Start by incorporating small acts of voluntary discomfort into your daily routine. This could include taking a cold shower, skipping a meal, or practicing gratitude for the things you often take for granted. Over time, you will develop a greater sense of resilience and inner strength. 5. Reflect on your day. According to Seneca, we should every night call ourselves to an account. What infirmity have I mastered today? What passions opposed? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired? Seneca emphasized the importance of self-reflection and introspection as a means to develop mental resilience. By regularly examining our thoughts, actions, and emotions, we can gain insight into our strengths and weaknesses and make conscious efforts to improve ourselves. Self-reflection allows us to identify patterns of behavior, understand our motivations, and make more informed decisions in the future. In his letters, Seneca often advised his readers to take time each day to reflect on their actions and consider how they could have responded differently in challenging situations. This practice helps us develop self-awareness and a deeper understanding of our own behavior. He also encouraged journaling as a way to record our thoughts, experiences, and reflections. By putting our thoughts into writing, we can gain clarity and perspective on our challenges and successes. One effective way to practice self-reflection is to set aside a few minutes each evening to review your day. Ask yourself questions such as, what did I do well today? What could I have done better? Did I encounter any challenging situations and how did I respond to them? What lessons can I learn from today's experiences? By regularly engaging in this practice, you can develop a habit of self-awareness and continuous improvement. Another example of self-reflection is to periodically take a step back and evaluate your long-term goals and values. Consider whether your daily actions and decisions align with your overall aspirations. This process helps you stay focused on what truly matters and make adjustments as needed. By reflecting on your day and evaluating your actions, you can gain valuable insights into your strengths and areas for growth. This practice fosters a sense of accountability and helps you develop the mental resilience needed to navigate life's challenges with greater wisdom and composure. Take a few moments each day to reflect on your experiences and actions. Consider what you did well, what you could improve, and what lessons you can learn from your day. This practice of self-reflection will help you develop greater self-awareness and mental resilience. 6. Cultivate gratitude. Seneca believed that gratitude is a powerful tool for building mental resilience and fostering a positive mindset. In his writings, he emphasized the importance of appreciating the simple pleasures of life and being thankful for what we have. Gratitude helps us shift our focus from what is lacking to what is abundant in our lives, fostering a sense of contentment and fulfillment. By regularly practicing gratitude, we train our minds to recognize and appreciate the positive aspects of our experiences, even in the face of challenges. For example, Seneca suggested starting and ending each day with a gratitude practice. Take a few moments in the morning to reflect on the things you are grateful for, such as your health, loved ones, and opportunities. In the evening, review your day and identify specific moments or people that brought you joy or made a positive impact. This practice helps us cultivate a habit of gratitude and reinforces a positive mindset. An interesting anecdote involving Seneca's practice of gratitude is that he often expressed appreciation for the small and seemingly insignificant things in life. For instance, he found joy in the beauty of nature, the warmth of the sun, and the taste of simple food. By recognizing and appreciating these everyday blessings, he was able to maintain a positive outlook even in the face of adversity. In modern times, we can apply this principle by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. They can be big or small, such as a supportive friend, a delicious meal, or a beautiful sunset. By consistently practicing gratitude, you train your mind to focus on the positive aspects of your life and develop a resilient mindset. Another way to cultivate gratitude is by expressing appreciation to others. Take the time to thank those who have positively impacted your life, whether it's a family member, friend, colleague, or even a stranger. By acknowledging their contributions, you not only strengthen your relationships, but also reinforce your own sense of gratitude. By cultivating gratitude, we can develop a greater sense of resilience and contentment. It helps us stay grounded and focused on the positive aspects of our lives, even during challenging times. Gratitude allows us to shift our perspective and find meaning and joy in the present moment. Make it a habit to regularly practice gratitude. Start and end each day by reflecting on the things you are grateful for. Keep a gratitude journal and express appreciation to those around you. By incorporating gratitude into your daily routine, you will cultivate a resilient and positive mindset. Conclusion. The timeless wisdom of Seneca offers invaluable insights into building mental resilience and navigating life's challenges with grace and strength. By focusing on one task at a time, controlling impulses, being prepared for adversity, practicing voluntary discomfort, reflecting on our day, and cultivating gratitude, we can develop the inner fortitude needed to face life's uncertainties. These practices help us cultivate self-awareness, appreciation for the present moment, and a sense of contentment, enabling us to navigate life's uncertainties with greater composure and strength.